Will Chris be made to suffer again this episode, or will she finally get a break? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host, Connie, and today we are here with episode 10 of Symphogear G. So this is the episode that apparently has an after credits scene, but also I'm supposed to watch the opening for. So I guess there's some kind of change in there. Now, last time we had like training arc and stuff, we had the various things happening, and at the end, Miku comes in as a Symphogear user being controlled by Dr. Ver. So nothing fun. Kind of a lot of shit going down and emphasis on shit. Just more reasons to hate Dr. Ver, basically. I mean, we know Miku's gonna be saved. Like, one, they're not gonna pull off a fake out death on Miku, which was obviously not going to happen in the first place, just to actually kill her off from this. That would be fucking rude. It would also just be bad writing. Like pulling a fake out death only to kill her like in the next couple episodes from something like this would be just not good writing. But on top of that, in my opinion, of course, I'm just saying. But on top of that, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. Killing off Miku, I just feel like if you're going to kill off a character, Miku would not be the one to kill off. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense for where this story is and what you're going with. It would make more sense to kill off at this point, as I've been kind of saying, Maria. Maria is the one who would make the most sense to die at this point. And I know bad guy at the moment, but we also know she's clearly not a bad person and she's going to come around and everything. Like, that's obvious. But she would make the most sense. And I don't see anyone else really dying. Like, Gothali, Hatsune Miku, and Dark Magician Girl aren't going to die. They are very obviously joining the squad. They're not going to die, and obviously our main girls are not going to die. Like, they have plot protection. So really, Maria's the only one who I feel like could. Miku just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't do anything. Like, it put Hibiki into a depression, and that's probably about it. But there would be no plot-related reason to do that at this point. It wouldn't really work narratively. So we're going to save her somehow. It's just a matter of how. And also a matter of, is Miku going to just be a Symphogear user after this and just join in on the battles, be part of the squad and everything? Because, hey, if we get her and the two others joining our squad, it's like, hey, we've doubled our numbers. That's a big positive. I mean, I would be all for that. I would be all for that. As long as Dr. Ver dies, like that's the big hope for this season still. But we'll have to see how that all goes down. Either way, we're just gonna get this started, get to the episode, and yeah, remember we are watching the opening this time because I guess there's gonna be something different, and we will be looking for an after credits scene. So let us get this going. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I guess Chris is now being controlled or something. That's probably not great, considering, you know, Chris's history and everything. But I guess it looks like we have saved Miku. So Miku was tricked by Dr. Ver into, you know, becoming an experiment and being put in this Symphogear and everything. And I very much hate, like, I understand, like, why he did it, but I very much hate that he, like, had her in that tank butt ass naked in front of him. Because it's like this dude, it gives excessive rapey vibes as it is, and has, like, done so consistently throughout this season, towards Shirabe and Kirika. So it's like, I just, I don't like him being around young girls because it's like I'm just so upset and grossed out and, like, terrified he's going to do something. I mean, like, logically speaking, I doubt they're going to have anything like that actually shown or whatnot in this series, but at the same time, it's like he has very clearly been, touching them inappropriately at various points, and it's just, I'm not okay with that. So it's like, it's one of the many reasons I want him to die so badly. Um, and it's just like, I just obviously feel bad for Miku because she's a likable character and don't want her to be in any kind of situation like that. And it's just like, plus there's the mind control that he's basically doing on her and everything. And it's just an entire fucked up situation that I'm not really comfortable and okay with. Which I is the point, yes, but still. I understand that you're not supposed to like him. I understand that he's supposed to be hateable as a character. And again, you could say all you want that it kind of makes him a successful villain with the fact that I hate him so much. But again, I'm not hating him as a villain. I'm hating him just in general as a person. And I know he's fictional, by the way. Don't even bother bringing that up. um, but you know what I mean, right? Like, there's characters that I hate from a villain perspective. It's like they're fun to hate. They're a bad guy. You're supposed to hate them. But then there's sometimes characters who I just despise with every fiber of my being because everything about them, like, sets off alarms in every inch of my body. It's just like, just fear. And using the term in a more accurate sense than a lot of people do, it triggers me. Like, legitimately. He's one of those characters that is just that bothersome to me, that upsetting to me. To where it's like, it's not on the level of, like, just a character anymore. It's like, I genuinely wish he didn't exist as a character. I genuinely wish that he was not part of this series because it upsets me that much. And I'm not saying it like, I want to make clear, I'm not saying that as like a mark against the series necessarily. He bothers me that much that it's just like, I feel like I would be happier if he weren't in this show. You know what I mean? Because it's like every time I watch one of these episodes and he does shit like this, it viscerally upsets me. And makes me super, super uncomfortable and just really fucked up. And that's not really something I enjoy feeling. Like, again, there can be certain cases where it's like, oh yeah, I feel like that's part of the movie, part of the series, and it's something I can accept as that. But this is different. This is like a deep, visceral hatred that is just on an entirely different level. We didn't really get much with Maria this episode. She was there, and it showed her panicking over, Mother's death, or not death, but dying. The fact that she's coughing up blood and everything. But that's really all we got with Maria this episode. Like, she was there otherwise, but she didn't really have a huge role to play. Kirika is annoying me a little bit because it's like she's like so invested in Shirabe not forgetting about her and everything, and that and she understands that what the doctor is doing is bad, but she's still fighting against our heroes for some reason. It's like, girl, this isn't helping your cause. This isn't helping anything. You have to realize that at this point. Even Shirabe kind of realizes it at this point. Let's be honest. And so, yeah, but the big portion of this episode is the fight against biblically accurate Miku and her ring lights of death. We have Chris fighting her. Tsubasa really handles Kirika more. But then we have Hibiki come out to fight her and basically get her into position to be hit with the giant laser beam, which is supposedly going to help her. Like, it's going to help break her out of the Symphogear and everything, from what we can tell. We didn't actually see, like, what happened from that. We just saw the laser and then kind of, like, looked like the armor cracking off of them, but that's kind of where that point ended. Then we saw that, oh, the villain's plan is working. Dr. Ver's plan is working. The thing has been released. Yeah. Of course it was. That was always going to happen. Like, you have to have that big thing at the end to, create the final tension in the season. You have to have that come to some level of fruition. Obviously, we know our heroes are going to stop it, but still. The fact that Chris is being, like, possessed and everything now, though that is a problem, so they're going to have to snap her out of it now. Don't know exactly what's going to come of that, but we'll see. But one thing to note here, there are 3 episodes left, and last season we did all 3 episodes in one, and I believe it's because we were told to do all 3 episodes together, because it's like a 3-part finale. And I think I was told that every season kind of works that way. That every season's finale is the last 3 episodes. That it always kind of works out that way. Though, to be fair, this has all kind of been just one continuing story for the most part. Like, there really hasn't been, like, breaks in the same way that you would normally think of them for a show. So it's like, you could technically count this episode and even last episode as part of the finale, if you really wanted to. But yeah, if the next 3 episodes are, like, directly connected to that degree, I wouldn't have a problem doing them together again. I'll just have to know for sure if that's the case. So I guess let me know in the comments if I should do the next 3 episodes just all in one together. But yeah, either way, also let me know what your thoughts are on this episode and everything. I did check out the opening like I said I would. It looked like the only change that I could tell was, again, biblically accurate Miku appearing in it, as well as maybe the Nephilim heart, like, though that might have been in there before and I just didn't remember. And then we had the after credits scene with Chris, shooting Tsubasa. But again, we know, like, that's going to be rectified. It's like, and we know Tsubasa's not dead. Like, come on. We'll see how this all goes down, though. So, like I said, tell me in the comments below what you thought. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.